Guys, Rich from Dyno. Hey, here's your primary clutch on any of your snowmobiles. You hit the throttle wide open, and within a second, your clutch and your engine is wide open. So, the reason for this video, and my wife wonders why I'm answering people at dinner time all the time and helping people out who go to fake dynos and can't get their sled right. It's because you, the average consumer, are surrounded by con men or very stupid people. You make the choice. I'll give you the facts. And ladies and gentlemen, these are facts. Your sled engine, when you floor it, goes boom and goes to peak. It then gradually climbs 100 to 200 RPMs as your pipe heats. Dynotech, D&D Racing, Bikeman, they all start your $6 grand and go ruh for 8 seconds and get to peak, and you have a false reading. Now, in this guy's case, he contacted me, he had a 5 or 6 hour drive to go in D&D. I said, don't waste your money, complete faults. The dyno surges. The reason I know they're dyno surges, I was the first guy with a Huff dyno. Back then I was friends with Dale and Dan, built all their pipes. I knew at the time and argued with them all their figures were false. They doubled or tripled the horsepower numbers. I did the development, very dishonest, very cheap. They would never invest in flywheels for the dyno. I invested in flywheels, special valving, bypass valving. I can test damn near like your sled. I can repeat within 1 to 2/10 of a horsepower. These guys are lucky to repeat within 1 to 6 to 10 horsepower, depending on how much it surges. So there's a little background. The new owner has the same old surgy dyno. So the guy goes to the dyno. The thing's surging. Now it drops 2-3 horsepower, and then all of a sudden he makes 186.9 with, I forget, 105, 107 pounds of fuel. He puts the dyno port pipe on. Guess what, guys? We're way rich, like 8 or 10 pounds of fuel. That means 9 to 10 horsepower. Does he lean it down? No. Why would he? Would have made more power than his. But that's all beside the point. I don't care about that. The fact the dyno surged way more with his that was lean to the bone than the dyno port that was rich, you can throw both of those sheets out. They mean nothing. If you cannot repeat, and Dynotech's one of the worst at repeating. When we were doing the Skidoo 850 prototype testing, the guy had 170 horse with 2 degrees of timing, which you can't run timing with pipes. Anybody knows basic fuel knows that with a stock program. So he backed up midday. Now suddenly his backup that was 170 was 168. At the end of the night, the fool backed up again, and he made 166. Then the guy with him with the Russian software that was so proud of it put in the backup program, which it's retarded to put in a retard program. Why would you do that? Guess what, guys? With the break-in mode, they made 166. Have you heard enough? I got to go back to work. Guys, before you waste your hard-earned dollars and do what this poor guy did, beware. Use some common sense. And by the way, guys, 10 pounds of fuel, that's at least 8 to 10 horsepower. It's all basic math. I hope this helps, and I hope it saves you hardworking guys a lot of money and a lot of grief.